Hey, happy Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi. If you look at your Colorado weather forecast and for today, well, you look outside and you're getting basically what you probably wanted back over the weekend. We had great sweatpants and weather back over the weekend. It was all cloudy and cold and snowy. And this week I should say, lots of sunshine and great weather for a dog walk, for a little afternoon stroll, for a morning run, anything like that. Looking a-okay for that for today, for tomorrow, as well as into Thursday. Then by Friday, we'll see some changes, but nothing too significant in the next few days. So overall, pretty tranquil weather pattern, especially this is often one of our busiest times of year. And obviously the last couple weeks, it's been quite busy for us with several, we've already picked up over 9 inches of snow so far this month here in Denver. Last month was quite busy as well. And we're getting kind of a little bit of a breather right now for us in the Denver area, mostly owing to something that we term zonal flow in our jet stream. And I'll show you that in just a second. But in the meantime, let's show you some spots around the state. This is Crested Butte right now where, boy, I am jealous of those folks skiing, snowboarding out there on this Tuesday morning. It looks pretty nice out there. By the way, kind of surprised. It looks like there's quite a few folks out there on a Tuesday. I'm jealous of those folks who are off on a Tuesday and getting to ski up there in Crested Butte. In the meantime, here in Denver, not a cloud in the sky. Lots of sunshine overhead. That's a lot of those temperatures get up already to around 50 degrees for us here in town, and we'll be probably into the mid-50s later on today. So high above 50 degrees for us in Denver today. Quiet week, lots of sunshine, and we do have the chance for some snow. You're probably seeing it on your apps, on any sort of automated forecast. Folks, it's just not going to be a big deal for us in Denver. Even on northern mountains, we're getting a few inches of snow. Overall, a lighter week in terms of snowfall and also in terms of just overall weather impacts. Just not seeing anything too crazy in the forecast right now. A-sheet operator, what you're seeing there, actually you see all that gray, and I mentioned this before, but that is what we term, or that what you're looking at there is a snowpack, right? And you notice that kind of narrow stripe from Denver up to about Greeley. That is that intense snow band that we saw Friday night and Saturday morning, and the snow left behind. Now, you probably know anytime that you step outside after a snowstorm, you probably need to put on your sunglasses. It's all bright, right? That's the same thing that the satellite is seeing right now as well. Snow has what we term a high albedo. It's got a very high reflectivity to it, and that means that it's picked up well. So again, what you're seeing on your screen, that is 99% of what you're seeing on your screen. That is not cloud cover. That is just that snow that is left over from what we saw back over the weekend. Meantime, even with that fresh snowpack, notice a big difference in temperature right now in Denver versus Greeley. Greeley at 36. You picked up a foot of snow over the weekend. You're a little bit lower in Greeley. You're about 5,000 feet in elevation, right on the banks of the South Platte River. That colder air looks for those low points, and Greeley sitting on one of those there on the South Platte River basin. But in Denver, out at the airport, we're at 49 degrees. And here at Spear and Logan, we are at 50 degrees right now here in downtown Denver. So on the mild side for sure. By the way, Kremling, of course, there in Middle Park and Gunnison and the heart of the Gunnison River Basin are typical cold spots, 3 and 10 respectively, but most of the state in the 30s and the 40s right now. It's a bit breezy out there. Denver International Airport earlier gusted about 29 miles an hour. Right now, not picking up much of a breeze at the moment, but we have had some a bit of a notable breeze out there this morning. I know when I was fetching my dog this morning, I had to put on an extra jacket because it was a little bit breezy for me this morning. But you know what? That sunshine taking care of a lot of that colder air for today. With those highs in the mid-50s for us here in Denver, I think we get up to about 54. Again, we're already about 49, 50 degrees for us in Denver as we speak. And we've got a few more degrees to go. Breezy, mild, overall just a very pleasant weather day. Average high for today is 45. Yesterday we got up to 52. Today we'll do a couple degrees better than that. Highs in the high country mostly in the 30s and the 40s. For tonight, we'll drop back into the mid-20s for us, lighter winds, and we'll see those clouds increase. That's not foreboding. That's not ahead of any major storm system. We're just going to get a little push of mid-level energy. I think that will lead to some morning cloud cover for tomorrow. And then for tomorrow, highs once again right around 53, 54 degrees for us here in town. Again, a few degrees above our seasonal average. In the mid-40s, we're mostly in the 20s and 30s in the high country, with the exception, of course, of Grand Junction there in the Grand Mesa and Cortez. Some of the lower elevation spots will be a bit warmer as usual. So here's the overall jet stream pattern. I mentioned kind of that zonal flow thing. When you're getting those jet stream winds generally moving from west to east in a more or less straight line, that's what we're seeing this week. When it gets a bit wavier is when we tend to see more active weather, but we're seeing that zonal flow this week, and that's keeping things, again, relatively tranquil. That said, we did get a cold front that approaches from the north and east on Thursday, and this will drop through on Thursday night, Friday morning. That'll bring with it some colder air and the potential for a bit of light snow for it along that front as well, and a brief cool down for us on Friday. But in terms of that snow for Friday, again, it's just not looking like that big of a deal. I think that snow will be mainly along the Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado lines there, so far northern Colorado. That'd be mainly kind of Phillips, Sedgwick, Logan, and Weld and Larimer counties where we have the best chance of seeing some snow on Friday. In Denver, we could get a bit of light snow during the day as well. Not looking for much in the way of accumulation, probably under an inch for most of the metro area. So I'm going to label it snow big deal for us coming up on Thursday night and Friday, and I think best chance will be on Friday for any sort of accumulation. And I know we've had a busy couple weeks, so probably a lot of you out there are thinking, well, does this have that potential for a higher impact event? I would say no. This does not look like anything that's going to kind of sneak up a surprise and bring us a random 5-6 inches of snowfall. This is not looking like that. This is a moisture-starved system. It's lacking deep cold air as well. Not a ton of support in the mid or upper levels of the atmosphere, just a bit of surface moisture. So at this point, this really doesn't look like it has much in the way of higher end potential with it. Again, if that changes, as you know, I'll always keep a close eye on the computer models, but at this point, just really not seeing a lot that worries me about that upcoming storm system. 7-day forecast, temperatures in the 50s for the next couple of days. Again, a bit of light snow for us Thursday night and Friday. Just, again, low impact event if you are looking for that best potential or highest potential for accumulating snow. In the lower elevations, it'd be north of Denver along the Highway 34 corridor. So again, Greeley on east to about Sterling, that's where you have the best chance of seeing some snow. Our northern mountains could get a few inches of snow up that way as well along the Highway 40 corridor in our northern mountains. So the parks, the Medicine Bow, the Elkhead Mountains, that's where you have the best chance of seeing some snow this week. It's going to be kind of Steamboat Winter Park if you're a skier or snowboarder. And the I-70 mountains will see a little bit of snow as well. Just, I wouldn't exactly call it a powder day. We're talking about a couple inches maybe for us Thursday into Friday. And then by the weekend, it's just warmer and drier. And then next week, by the way, here, folks, see that 64 for next Tuesday? Yeah, it's going to get real warm. And it looks like we're going to get a couple of days of 60-plus temperatures for the early to mid part of next week, may continue into Wednesday and Thursday as well. I'll leave you with this, another look at the snowpack. I showed you this yesterday, but I kind of want to reemphasize the fact that snowpack's sitting at a much better position than it was a month ago, certainly a month and a few days ago. Beginning of last month, this was in very, very rough shape. We were just in 65-70% of our statewide snowpack. We have significantly improved that picture over the last couple of weeks thanks to a series of storm systems. We don't have anything too dramatic in the near term in terms of the mountains and the potential for snow up that way, but we will probably get at least a bit of light snow for our central northern mountains coming up for us on Thursday and Friday. This is not looking, I don't know. I always like to classify mountain storm systems as light, medium, or high. High would be kind of 2 or 3 feet or above. A normal or medium storm would be kind of 10 to 20 inches. Anything below 10 inches is kind of a lighter storm for the mountains. And this is going to be a lighter storm for most of the mountains. Maybe a few spots pick up double-digit snowfall totals, but for most of the mountains, this is a lighter event coming up on Thursday and Friday. Maybe somebody like Steamboat comes in with 10, 12 inches, but most of the mountains, lighter overall snowfall amounts. All more details on this come up at 9 News at noon and at 2 p.m. here on 9 News Plus. And then we'll also have Chief Meteorologist Conti Sabin in at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks, detailing you on everything you need to know about Colorado weather. Once again, I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.